Favorite time of the year is during the holidays when all of the LA transplants are out of town. So basically I do everything that I usually don't do in the city. But now I'm gonna head home. It's unfortunately still gonna take me an hour, even though there's less people. But I think I'm still in the mood for a little sweet treat. How sweet is the Holiday House coffee?
We use the Vietnamese coffee base, so it's like 230 milligrams of caffeine in there. Here you go. Is there anything else that I can get for you today?
That's all. Thank you so much. So this is the Holiday House coffee from 7 Leaves. House Vietnamese coffee that I believe is infused with peppermint, topped with chocolate sea salt foam or just regular foam, and then it also has crushed peppermint on top. I'm excited to try this. It's been all over TikTok. Usually I'm not that big of a fan when it comes to holiday drinks versus fall drinks. Give it a little stir. For that chocolate. Whoa. Oh my god. I grew up loving the Ghirardelli peppermint chocolates, and this is what it tastes like in drink form. Girl, this is bomb. Go after a couple minutes because I was 40 pages into my book and I was already tearing up. A book has not impacted me like this in such a long time. I just have to go home and read this in like an intimate setting. I already feel like this book is going to wreck me, but I'm glad I finally found the book that is getting me out of my reading slump. My original goal was to read 50 books and I only read 11. Okay, I have a few reading updates, but first, can we just take a moment to appreciate my little Christmas cup from Target? It just brings so much more joy to my morning matcha. Okay, I wanted to go through yesterday's pickups. So first, I went to Book Alley in Pasadena, which is a used bookstore. And then second, the South Pasadena Library was having a holiday sale. Although I didn't exactly find what I was looking for, but instead I found a freaking copy of the Paris Review from winter 2021. I was literally shocked when I came across this. So it's a quarterly literary magazine with lots of contributors to it. There's interviews, poetry, art, prose. I've been wanting to expand my forms of reading outside of just fiction books. And then the second book that I picked up is this beautiful poem book called A New Silence by Joseph Massey. I honestly got this one just because of the cover, because look at it, it's just stunning. And I always just love having poem books in my collection anyways. I honestly had low expectations going into this sale because it was the third last day, but I got both of these for $1 each. That's wild. Next, I wanted to share a little update of where I left off on my friends. So I'm a little bit over halfway now. I've really been enjoying this one a lot. This book has honestly gotten me out of my really terrible reading slump that I've had all year. But the story follows the origins of this famous painting on the cover by this renowned artist. And then we meet one of the main characters 25 years later, Louisa, who is a young girl who is also an inspiring artist and has this emotional connection to this painting. Without explaining too much, this is one of those books where you just have to find the beauty in reading it yourself. So it starts in the present with Louisa, who has this life-altering encounter that has to do with this painting. And from there, we learn more about the artist's journey and the origins while Louisa goes on this adventure across the country. I think this book does such a great job at unifying the past and present experiences together, because whenever I'm reading a book that introduces so much characters and all of their backgrounds, it just gets overwhelming and it honestly just doesn't stick to my brain. But in this book, it just makes sense. And even minor characters are just so well written and woven into the story. But I'm still picking my brain about it, so I will share my final thoughts when I finish this book. Now that it's been a couple days, I have finally finished reading My Friends. I really wanted to let it marinate in my head a little bit. I have my handy dandy reading journal here, and please bear with me. I feel like I have a lot of thoughts that are all over the place when it came to this book. This was actually my first impression of Fredrik's writing, and I honestly couldn't have asked for a better introduction. After reading, I can now see how storytelling is such a strength of his. He just captured the relationship so beautifully between the friend group. I think one of the best quotes that captures this whole story is the one that's written on the synopsis. The world is full of miracles, but none greater than how far a young person can be carried by someone else's belief in them. In the adolescent phase, this is the period of time when our brains are starting to develop right before we start making those conscious decisions of the life that we intend to build for ourselves. I think sometimes we can tend to overlook that part of our lives when we're at that age, especially when I look back in my own life. All we ever wanted was to be grown up and have that security in whatever it is through our career, relationships, and so on. As an adult, we sometimes lose that childlike curiosity and excitement. And that's kind of what I received from reading this book with the characters, the special bonds, and how it shaped each of their lives. And it really shows how these are the precious moments. I think this will be the first of many where I will be reading from Fredrik Backman's work. If you have any recommendations, let me know.